Now, if you'd like to make changes to the part in the assembly mode, we don't do that here. We are in an assembly and we just see that this is where we bring in the parts. 3 blocks. They're exactly the same blocks. So what we could do is on any one of these blocks, just highlight it over here from the feature tree, right mouse click and say Edit or Open. So let's just go and edit. And this changes from the assembly mode to the part mode. We have all our part commands up here. Now if you'd like to see the assembly and it'll just be grayed out, you can go here to View, Show, and this is a toggle to hide the previous level. And we can see that's part of an assembly, and that's what it says along the top. We have block1.par in block assembly. Again, we can just toggle that off. And I'd like to go to Home. I've got all my sketching commands here. And I would like to sketch on my top face, right on the corner. I'll put a circle, say 50. And I'll push that down. I want to just grab that region and pull that down 50. Now, it's not a good idea to work in View High Quality mode. If you're just drawing and generally building part features, you should go back to the default. So let's go and add one more cut in this bottom corner. Do exactly the same thing, except we'll sketch on this base face and lock right to the corner and make that 50. And go and extrude that region right there, and we'll just push that up 50 also. Now if we close and return from the part model, we're in the part right now, we hit on this red X here, close and return, and we go back to the model. And now what we'd like to do is build a pin that fits inside these holes. Now there's a couple of different ways to build these pins. In this case we're just going to build them separately, but first we need to go and save our assembly. So we save the assembly and we'll say now I want to open up a new metric part file. And I'll go and create this pin. And so we can just use a cylinder to do that on any sketch plane. And we know that that was 50, tab, and let's just push it out 100. File, save, and we're in our certification folder. And I'll just call this pin 1. Now I'll close out of pin 1 because we've done with that model, and we'll go back to the assembly. Then we go to our parts library, to our certification folder, and there's pin 1. And again, if you need to look around, just go out on this little pull down and find the certification folder there. And then we want to drag in pin 1. And I'm going to drag it way over here where there's some open space. And I'd like to line up pin 1 with any one of these cylinders. And I'll just put it in right there. Now I do need to have it mated to this, so I'm going to go and grab this face here and this face here, any one of these faces. So there's my first pin, and I'm going to go back to my parts library and drag in the pin again. Using flash fit, I'd like the pin to fit in this one, and I want to mate this top face with this bottom face. I'm going to go and hit Control I and hit select to clear that.